Hello everybody, this is Holden again and welcome to the fourth All Our Help video. Today I'm going to be telling you some information that will be very useful for your upcoming project. So first I'm going to teach you a few things to beautify your graphs and charts. As you know, you can make a normal histogram by using the hist command and it will run like this. Now let's say we want to put a title on it. Do main equals and then your main title. And your main title will appear right here. So let's say we want to make it age distribution, and age distribution will appear right here. So we can also add a label for the x-axis, age, and it will appear down here. And if we wanted to add a label for the y-axis, we type ylab equals frequency. And I'd like to emphasize that the order of main, xlab, and ylab does not matter. It will work out regardless. Another thing you can do to make your project look more professional is use COL equals, and then whichever color you can do. Blue, red, yellow. Those are just some of the examples. Don't get out of control with the colors because you want it to still look professional. So to sum up what I've said so far, main, xlab, ylab, and color, and you say equals and then in quotations whatever you want it to be. So now I'll teach you about a very important function that you should use for the project. It's called tapply. So what it does is it takes a certain function you want and applies it to the group that you choose. So for my example, I'll use age, gender, and then I'll use mean. So it's going to return the mean age by gender. So this is the mean age by gender, and you can replace this with standard deviation, and it will give the standard deviation for each gender. So remember, you need to put the quantitative variable first, and then the categorical. If you try to put the categorical first, such as this, it will not work. So keep that in mind, quantitative variable first. You can also use median, 5num, summary, or most functions you'd use otherwise. So to summarize, I'll write the mean. Here are just some examples. You can use others. 5num, summary. Okay, another thing you should know about is how to take out the scientific notation. So if you do options, scipin equals 99, it takes out scientific notation. So I'll show you a calculation before and after. Let's do 4 times a large number, and it returns the scientific notation. So let's turn scientific notation off and rerun the same. Here it displays the same information, but it is not in scientific notation. So I'm going to show you how to put it back. You do scipin equals 0, rerun it, and now it will be in scientific notation again. You don't have to do any of these, but you should know that they're an option. So now I'm going to show you how to make a side-by-side box plot. To do this, you again want your quantitative variable first. So age is quantitative, and then you have the tilde, which is left of the 1 and upwards of the tab key. And then you can put your categorical variable, and it creates side-by-side box plots. The same rules up here, main equals, xlab equals, ylab equal, and color, that applies to any function. So it can be a box plot, a histogram, a normal plot, which creates a scatter plot, which you'll learn about next week, all of those sorts of things. So let's do main equals side-by-side box plots, and it will appear. Again, we can say xlab equals gender, ylab equals age, and color equals, let's make these red, and remember to put the color in quotations. So we have our colors now and our side-by-side box plot, so this is an important thing to do for the project, to compare two quantitative variables or two categorical variables by a quantitative variable, so age and gender. Again, I can't emphasize this enough, quantitative variable first. it's easy to remember. If you forget, you can just reverse the order. Also, some people try to put commas here. Make sure you put a tilde. Now I'll go over how to make a bar plot and mosaic plot. So a lot of people were getting confused about this, so I'll try to simplify it. So you make a table, then you want to make a prop table, and then you want to make the bar plot or mosaic plot. So this is the sequence you follow. I'll now give an example. So I can make a table named table with cycling frequency and gender, and I can just print table to show the table. And then I'm going to make a prop table of my table, and I'm going to use 2. So what the 2 does is it makes it where the columns add up to 1. If we have a 1 here and then rerun it, the rows are going to add up to 1. If we don't have anything, the entire table will add up to 1. So it's important to know what you're looking for. You should experiment using the different ones when you're making your plot, using 1, 2, or nothing to see how it affects it. You'll use 1 or 2 most of the time. You won't leave it blank a lot. So now you make the bar plot of prop table, legend equals true, color equals rainbow 4. So make the color however many, or make color equals rainbow x, x being the number of categories you have. So in this instance, we have several times per week, per month, and daily. So we want to use color equals rainbow 4. If we had 5, we use color equals rainbow 5. Rainbow and then the number is the only color parameter that you don't need to use quotation marks for. Legend equals true puts this here. And as you can see, we've run into a problem. We cannot see the bar because the legend is right on top of it. So to fix this, you can say that's how to make it bigger. But if you say legend equals false, it will disappear. So you can use this. For the purposes of your project, you can put it true, but if it's covering your data, I would put it as false, just changing the T to an F, and then taking a screenshot, and then taking another screenshot of the key to put in your PowerPoint. So that's everything I wanted to cover today to use on the project. All of these things will be very helpful. Email me at holdenarcher1@gmail.com or holdenarcher@utexas.edu, and I will get back to you with any questions you have. I'd be very happy to help. As always, come to office hours if you have any additional questions.